Debbie, the researcher.
And I'm Judy, the athlete, and we're here to help you better your best.
Today we have a fireside chat.
Yeah.
It's only 90 degrees
I
in
know.
Judy, but it seemed very appropriate for the day.
Yeah, and the topic.
The topic is coachability, which is a measure that we get with all of our athletes, and it comes under the characteristics of athletic coping skills. So what that means really is that your ability to be coached is part of your ability to handle stress. And sometimes for our athletes, I think there's 7 different measures in the scale. That one tends to be the highest. So one of their best coping strategies is their coachability, taking in information and being open to it.
Right.
And so Judy, were you pretty coachable, do you think?
Well, I guess the discussion we should have, right, is what is coachability? Because at the end of the day, could I take in a concept and could I use it and then demonstrate it? And so from that perspective, I would say yes. The question I have for you was I easy to coach?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but did that
I had to
change?
do a lot of thinking about coaching.
Yeah.
When it was with you.
So what reason made you have to think a lot to coach me?
Well, Judy's very left-sided, so because of that, she's going to want to know why she's going to do something before she's ever going to buy into it, and probably want to test it out a little bit for herself, which would be great. If you have more the right-sided athlete, their coach, tell me what to do and I'll do it, But the thing is, either side, when Judy bought into it, she was going to do it to the T. Whatever she was being asked to do, you would do it. It would just take a while sometimes for us to get there.
So getting my buy-in became important, and
Right.
what's my strategy to get Judy from point A to point B? Because I would agree, I really had to chew on things quite a bit and sort of process it. And if I remember correctly, some of those sessions there was a lot of talking and a lot of words and a lot of this sort of back and forth, which led us to we had fireside chats pretty much everywhere.
Oh, that's true. That's exactly right. And the thing is, for parents and coaches that are out there, the research shows, up to about the age of 10 to 12, right in there, the parents are really the primary coach, or the one that's going to be listened to, and then after that, it's going to be the coach of whatever performance you're doing. And so it kind of changes in there, which I know is hard for the parents probably sometimes, but we're really concerned and interested in helping the athlete, because you don't want to take in everybody. Imagine when you were on the line practicing at the park, everybody wanted to tell you how to shoot.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And how I was never going to do well because I didn't do it the way they wanted me to do it.
That's right.
But in the same sense, right, we have athletes that, if they're right-brained, if you went through that kind of conversation strategy with them, what would happen?
Yeah, they'd be out.
Yeah, they'd be
too
like,
much.
Get to the point and I'll do it.
Too much information, yeah. So coachability isn't, it is more than just whether or not you do everything your coach has said. And then there's the athletes that listen and buy in, but don't really go out and do all of it, So accountability comes in as well. But when you consider it's a really good coping strategy, we kind of rely on our support team and our coaches.
Yep, I would agree. And timing too,
Right.
Some days I might have been more coachable than others depending on what I was coming off of or what had most recently happened.
That's exactly right. And I remember getting ready for the Olympics, we were attempting to go through every scenario that we could possibly think of that might happen there, so you'd be ready for it, and you were open to all the crazy things we did.
Yeah, we practiced them.
Yes, we did. All right, so I think coachability is such a unique, kind of different characteristic we don't always think about, but it's important.
It's a good one.
Yeah.